Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and the beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Finn's office at the medical clinic, Steffi had a surprising response when Finn referenced Xander's case that Thomas had killed Emma. Finn addressed in the event that Thomas was more hazardous than Finn had understood. Steffi recognized that Thomas had made some awful slip-ups previously, however she was sure that he had never dedicated murder. Steffi went in all-out attack mode by letting Finn know that there were a few things that he had to be familiar with Xander. Steffi let Finn know that Xander had once guaranteed that Thomas had compromised Xander when Xander had needed to come clean about child Beth. Steffi yielded that Thomas likely had compromised Xander on the grounds that Thomas had been in a terrible spot in those days. Steffi demanded, nonetheless, that Emma's deadly auto-collision had been quite recently a mishap. Finn avoided contradicting his better half. He did, nonetheless, express worry that Thomas probably could be as worse as everybody accepted. Finn expressed that he and Steffi should have been mindful around Thomas and keep their eyes open. Steffi concurred. "That is the reason I have been so worried about Thomas having a relationship with Trust," she answered. Steffi asked what might occur assuming something set off Thomas, or on the other hand in the event that Trust some way or another let him down. "You will most likely be unable to wear the ring on your finger presently, however meanwhile, it's precisely where it should be, right close to your heart," Thomas said as he held Trust in a hug. Trust delicately let Thomas know that she was not prepared for that degree of responsibility and trusted that he got it. Thomas conceded that he was disheartened with Trust's reaction, however said that he comprehended that she really wanted additional time. "It seems like I've held up as long as I can remember to accompany you. I can stand by somewhat longer," Thomas said with a shrug. Trust inquired as to whether they could stay quiet about his proposition. He concurred. Trust was perplexed when Thomas apparently haphazardly remarked that Finn wasn't his most die-hard follower. Trust recalled a discussion she'd had with Finn in which he had told her that she could show improvement over Thomas. Trust told Thomas not to stress over Finn, or any other person besides. Thomas answered that the main individual that made a difference was her. Thomas was certain that he and Trust could have a lovely coexistence. He vowed that his eye could never meander. In the leader office at Forrester Manifestations, Poppy was apprehensive about her date and let Luna know that she could drop. RG stumbled upon the discussion and asked what was happening. At the point when he learned of Poppy's date with Bill, RG cautioned Poppy to take off as quick as possible. Poppy streaked Luna a sharp look. Luna made sense of that. Bill believed that he and Poppy had met previously, and he needed to get to know her better. Luna encouraged her mother to go on the date. "Consider it a little secret to tackle," Luna said. Asked what that implied, Luna encouraged her mother to utilize the date to figure out why Bill believed that they had met previously. After Poppy left, Luna attempted to persuade RG that Poppy and Bill's date was something to be thankful for. RG consented to ease off of his resistance. Luna thought about what life for herself and Poppy would have been similar to it her father had been in the image. "Do I wish that he kept close by when I was a youngster?" "Sure," Luna shared. In any case, Luna said that she considered how life would have been different for her mother. As Liam and Bill sat at the bar at Il Giardino, Liam couldn't resist the opportunity to ask why, out of the large number of cafes in Los Angeles, Bill would decide to eat at the one where he could run into Shayla Carter. Bill said that he needed to watch out for Shayla if she fouled up. Liam detected that Bill was in a rush of some kind. Bill said that Liam should be on his way since Bill had a date. Liam was confused by the possibility that his father was dating. Bill let Liam know that the lady he was dating was Finn's auntie, Poppy. Bill added that he was sure that he and Poppy had met previously. Liam gently inquired as to whether Bill and Poppy had been sweethearts. Bill chuckled loudly and said that he didn't kiss and tell. Liam really tried to understand, and Poppy and Bill were situated in the cafe region. Bill got going by let Poppy know that there was no doubt as far as he can say that they'd met already. Poppy asked what made Bill so certain. Guarantee you won't believe I'm a stalker, Bill inquired. Indeed, that relies upon what you say straight away, Poppy answered with a laugh. Bill said that he had done a few diving into her life and taking a gander at old photographs of Poppy on the web. Bill inquired as to whether she recollect the Brilliant Door Music Fest from close to 20 years sooner. You were moving, so free, so lovely, each person seeing you. Counting me, Bill said. Bill proceeded with his story by saying that he and Poppy had moved together and afterward talked for quite a long time. It was an entirely essential night, Bill said as he smiled. Bill said that he had not failed to remember that night and detected that Poppy hadn't, by the same token. Luna tried to convince RJ that Poppy and Bill's date was something to be grateful for after Poppy departed. RJ agreed to lessen his opposition. Luna wondered what her life and Poppy's would have been like if her father had been the person in the picture. Do I wish he had stayed in close proximity to me when I was a child? Yes, said Luna. Either way, Luna claimed to have thought about how her mother's life may have turned out. Liam couldn't help but wonder why Bill would choose to dine at the cafe where he may run across Shayla Carter among the many cafes in Los Angeles as they sat at the bar at Il Giardino. Bill advised him to keep an eye out for Shayla in case she got into trouble. Bill seemed to be in some sort of haste, and Liam sensed that. Bill stated that because he had a date, Liam ought to be on his way. Liam was startled to learn that his father could be seeing someone. Bill disclosed to Liam that Poppy, Finn's aunt, was the woman he was seeing. Bill went on to say he was positive he and Poppy had met before. Liam asked if Bill and Poppy had been in love at one point. With a big laugh, Bill replied he didn't kiss and tell. Liam exited the cafe, trying very hard to comprehend. Poppy and Bill were then located in the cafe area. Bill began by telling Poppy that, to the best of his knowledge, they had previously met. Poppy questioned what was so sure about Bill. Will you promise not to think I'm a stalker? Bill asked. Well, that depends on what you say right away, laughed Poppy in response. Bill mentioned that he had done some research on her life and looked at some old photos of Poppy that were available online. Bill asked her whether she remembered the Brilliant Door Music Fest from over 20 years before. You were in motion, so liberated, so beautiful. Everybody who sees you. Count me in, Bill murmured. Bill continued his narrative by describing how he and Poppy had moved in together and then had a lengthy conversation. That was one of those really necessary nights, Bill grinned. Bill stated that he had not forgotten that evening and conversely had sensed that Poppy hadn't. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.